Alright, so we're back working on Frankenline here. It's meant to be summer. It's like a week in the summer. It was raining this morning. It's been cold. We've had like one sunny day. The sun has just come out, so we might be able to get some painting done today. So I'm thinking the mood we're in right now is we're just gonna kind of send it. We've been taking a lot of time on Frankenline. Like, this isn't to say we're just gonna rush it and fuck everything up now. I just sent it on, fully sent it. Doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty good. They're the rust spots. So we're down the back with the skirts and some sort of animal shit on the fucking bumper. Disgusting fucks. Alright, so we're mixing up the primer and we're gonna go try and paint the spoiler and what we can before it starts raining again, because it's gonna happen very soon. I'm pretty annoyed at the moment. Should have just used the can of edge primer. I've been here for an hour, maybe hour and a half, trying to spray primer on a spoiler. The gun clogs up every second I try and use it. I've tried like 5 different ideas and methods to try and stop it. This primer, every time I use this primer in this fucking $300 spray gun, it clogs up. And it's a primer gun, everything's like meant for it. Just the epoxy primer is that shit, it fucking clogs the whole gun up. I don't know why. I follow their instructions and it breaks my gun every single time. So maybe the reducer's wrong. It doesn't specify I use like this special type of reducer, nothing. So the only thing I can find out that helps it is if I water down and put 3 times the amount of reducer in it that's meant to be in there, then it starts to work. But it's too late because my gun's already fucking clogged up. So it started raining. It's taken that long to try and spray the spoiler. I had everything prepped so we could spray the grills, the side skirts. I didn't prep the front bar and stuff, but I had like all this other stuff prepped. We couldn't even get the fucking spoiler done. The light covers are still sitting out there now in the rain. Like, it's raining. That's how long it took. All in the wet primer. I just stood there and just like holding it, just caking it like this, like I was using a paintbrush. So we're gonna sand it anyway. At least there's primer on there, because we need more primer on the primer. Look at all like the little dings and stuff. So this is just like one layer. Alright, so the next day we're here. We're out here. The water seems to have like dried itself out of the primer. It's a bit lumpy. Some real weird marks in it. I couldn't tell you what they're from. Probably from the orbital sand again, like jammed on it. Alright, it's been days. I don't know how many, but some of them. And we're back on the Frankenline R33 trying to respray some stuff. So the spoiler's been moved out of the garage, and now the front bumper is on the painting rack, which is actually an ironing board, an old one, but you know, it's the painting rack now. So the front bumper is on it, and there's bat shit all over it. I can't fucking get it off. I'm rubbing it with wax and grease remover. The prep sole in the bat shit is just stuck on there. So I've googled it, how to remove bat shit, and it says that you put a wet cloth on it and let it sit there for some minutes, and then the wet cloth will like make the bat shit get all moist and soft, and then you can wipe it off easier. So that's like, it sounds actually pretty plausible like it will work. So we're gonna try that on this front bumper now. So that's the spoiler. I'm thinking I might put some bog on it where it's got those little dimples. But yeah, we'll just get this done. Realistically, we could do all these like last, and I should be focusing on the doors for the R33 and doing the dings in the side so I can clear coat the body, so I can put the doors on when they're clear coated. And then once the doors are put on, then like it's not done, but it's like in the home stretch. If the whole body's clear coated and the doors are clear coated and put it on, then it's just coming down to all these pieces I'm painting now. I can just easily knock over, clear coat and paint, and then like don't have to worry about the doors not being on the car and it raining and the car cover having to stop all that water even though it's ripped. So probably should focus on the doors and the body, but we're still working on the bumper anyway. So the rear bar is looking alright, hasn't even got any clear on it yet. Doesn't look so epoxy now, it has not that disgusting blue colour, it's an actual real colour, black. A suitable colour that's not stupid. Normal colour. Bonnet, the last bit of that weird blue. For everything's starting getting normal. Alright, so I've got the bat poo off the bumper. We put the wet cloth on it. You let it sit there with the wet cloth on it, and then the water from the cloth like soaks into the poo and makes it moist, and then it comes off real quick and easy instead of it being all hard and stuck on there. So I got the bat shit off the bumper. What I've done is I did like a kind of like a dusty coat. I want to do like it's like a real dusty kind of coat on it, thin coat, but it was just a bit too thin and it got some runs in it, not optimal. So I've sanded the runs out, but there's like been different layers now because like it's gone back to the white primer thing that the bumper came sprayed in. So there's like different layers in it, so it's all chunky, it doesn't look chic. So I've done a second layer of paint, like a good proper coat now on it, and it's all nice, it's stuck to it well, but we've got some like drips and shit in it. There's not drips in the second coat, but drips from the first coat that was sanded out and half sanded out or sanded out, and like I don't know, the surrounding areas stuffed. So we're gonna have to sand it back again. But yeah, the bumper bar, it's looking pretty cool from afar. Alright, I'm just gonna primer it all up, the small things with the edge primer. Now, realistically, there's like a little dimple in there that should get bogged, so I might not etch as much on that surface because I might sand it back, but mainly just get rid of this bare metal and do the back. So I took off this cool Japanese sticker, unfortunately, but yeah, the gun's a bit clogged and messy at the moment, so it's not really working. I need to get some proper gun wash. So the can's actually pretty convenient. So we got one of these headlight covers just sprayed with Prepsol. Gonna put the primer on it too. Just try and smash all the little things with it. The shard bars in Sydney. Alright, so I've sanded up the side of the Skyline, full just going at it with the orbital. We've got the new bog. We're gonna try and skim a layer of bog over it. I don't know how to really do that, but we'll give it a go and see what happens. I've prepped it up with like the Prepsol and shit, so I'm just gonna slap the bog on it now. mix it up. I'm trying out the new bog, so this is the new bog. It smells like chemical bananas. If that was a flavour, that's what it will be. So we'll put some of it on the bog thing, mix it up. So normally I put a bit of thinners in the bog with the cheaper bog anyway. This one's actually seems quite like thin and like workable as it is. Like it's quite thin. Even the hardener looks funky. Look how cool it looks. It's like bright pink. Wonder what that smells like. It tastes like strawberries. Unfortunately with this bog, the hardener doesn't change the colour of it, so you can't tell if the hardener's like mixed through or not. There's probably some way you can tell for experts. So this shit spreads really nice, but it ran out. Got some more mixed up. Alright, so I've been going at this for a few hours now. To be honest, I don't know if it's any better than it was when I started. There's a full like bit of dust on my nose from the mask. So yeah, I've been doing this for hours. I don't think I'm getting anywhere. I think I am, but I don't know. I'm not seeing any progress. It's hard to tell. So I just measured the temperature of the roof, and it's 60 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty hot. You're not painting nothing with that. It's not gonna go well painting on a 60 degree surface. So we're just gonna sand the side of the car. It's like getting there. Gotta try to find some rougher sandpaper. I was doing it to 10 o'clock at night last night, and 9:45 outside, sitting there in the dark, sanding the car. Didn't have any lights on either. Like I was just sitting there sanding the car. Like my eyes adapted to the light, and I could just sit there and like faintly see in the dark. Like I was actually had the theory. It was like, you know, like blind people. Like there's like some of them that play piano and stuff heaps good, like the famous people. So I thought maybe it was like that. If I'm doing it in the dark, I can't see anything, so I just shut my eyes as well, and I just did it all by feel, and it doesn't feel very good at all. It feels very bumpy. So we need some rougher sandpaper, because I literally been sitting there for hours sanding it with like 300 grit, which yeah isn't very like rough. But I don't have any. I got 500 or 3,000 or some 2,000 or something, 1,600. That's like even finer. So yeah, kind of used all the rough sandpapers up. There's definitely not as many dings as there was. Alright, so we've done what we've done. There's like marks in the side of the 33. They're not that like significant. They're pretty minor. Like you have to be looking there to pick them at the moment anyway. Like they're not standing out, no clear coat on it. But just with the base coat, it's kind of like you can't really pick them. Like you can kind of pick them, but from what it was standing out like the fucking 10-20 dings in the side of the car, they're not like that anymore. It's pretty smooth, as you've just seen. And the weather looks like it's gonna rain. It's not the best in terms of weather. Alright, so this is how we're going from a distance now. Can't really pick anything. It looks alright, not bad.